it's Emily Kutchins Adler, the Buttery Babe, and today we've already been through our garden and we picked some kohlrabi and turnips, and now we're going to learn how to wash them and prep them so that you can cook and eat them. The first thing we're going to do is fill this part of the sink with cold water, and then we're going to put in some kosher salt. Why are we putting in the salt? Well, it's kind of an old wives' tale, but it really does work. The salt will kill any little buggies that we don't get off as we're washing them. So we have our kohlrabi and our turnips, and you'll see we talked about it while we were in the garden, but the kohlrabi is the stem, not the root. See, the root's got all the dirt on it. This is the stem of the plant, and then these are the leaves. These ones are particularly dirty because they're in my garden. So the first thing we're going to do is bring them here to the sink. I have a 2-part sink specifically so I can wash the veggies. This is a week. You don't want to eat that. So what we're going to do is get all the extra dirt off the roots, and then wash the stem part. That's the yummy part. And then we're going to rinse the leaves. And then we take our scissors, and we're just going to cut off the leaves and put them into the salt water so that they can soak there. And then we can turn that off so you can hear me. Then we can go through and snip all these little tendrils. You can eat them, they're edible, but they're mostly fibrous. They're like broccoli stalk. So yummy, but hard. And then if our scissors are strong enough, we'll cut that off. But maybe we'll just give it a snap. That's actually easier. So now all the icky parts are off, and this guy's gonna go for a dunk in the salt water. You want the water for your soak to be cold because we pulled this out of the ground, and the ground is warm because it's the summer. So this will chill down the vegetable, and so it will last longer in your refrigerator. After this guy is pulled out, we're going to eat him right away, but you could put it in a plastic bag with the top open, like a Ziploc bag with the top open, or even a grocery bag, and this will stay in the fridge for about 3 weeks like that. And the leaves we're going to wrap in a towel, and they're still wet, and they can stay in the fridge for about a week before you use them. So now we're going to wash our turnips in pretty much the same way. We have 3 turnips. This guy's a baby, and then we have some bigger ones. And again, we're just going to give them a rinse. So the turnip is a root. It grew underground, and then this was the tap root, so that's where it gets all of its nutrition out of the dirt. So snip that off, and then we'll hold the turnip by its greens and snip the greens right in. This one isn't that pretty, so we're going to put it back in the dirty pile. And then we'll hold the turnip itself and snip the greens there. If you leave the leaves on, they will continue to suck moisture out of the actual vegetable, and your vegetable won't live as long. So let's do that again. Anything that looks icky, we pull off. Give the leaves the beautiful, vibrant green, but covered in dirt because we literally pulled them out of the ground this morning. See how this guy was only half covered in dirt? He started in the dirt and then kept growing, and the part that's up was above the dirt line, and that's how we knew he was ready to go. This is a Japanese variety of turnip. They stay all white, and they're almost completely round. They're beautiful to look at, and really, really tasty, mildly flavored and sweet. So again, we're going to cut off the little bitty root, and then we're going to flip it this way, snip those off, and snip these guys off. And then everybody goes into the salt water. So, while those continue to soak, because we're going to use them a little bit later, I'm going to show you how to prepare a turnip, and a kohlrabi. Here at the cutting board with our tiny baby turnip. Isn't he adorable? In this one, we're just going to, it'd be the same practice for a big one and a little one. We already washed him and rinsed him and soaked him in cold water, and now we're going to get ready to eat. So we're just going to cut off the tops of the greens. We cut off the bottom part already, And then this one we're gonna pan roast, so he's just gonna get cut in half. You can see how beautiful and crispy white the flesh is. Because this turnip is really young, you don't need to peel it. Even when they're bigger, like the ones we're washing, I don't usually peel them. I think they're fine how they are. If you want to peel them, you can. Our friend the kohlrabi, however, is different. As we discussed, this is like, it is the stalk of the plant. It tastes a little bit like if you mixed a broccoli stem with an apple. So I'll be quiet, you can hear its crispiness. See how crispy that is? We're gonna cut off, that was the root end, and then this was the leaf end. We're gonna cut off both ends. And you really, really do need to peel this because it is super fibrous. So, take your peeler and work all the way around. And you're gonna see how we have a dark green, and then it's a little bit of lighter green, and see how there's the veining here? That means you still want to keep peeling, so you don't see any of the veining. So this layer right here is perfect. This needs another round, and this one we haven't even started. So just gonna keep working your way around. Get the whole thing peeled. And then when I get this all peeled, we'll be back and I'll show you how to cut it up. So our kohlrabi is all peeled up. You can see he has a lot of peel going on. So we want to make sure that's all off. And then for this recipe, we are just going to cut it into thin slices and then julienne it. So flip it back over and give it a quick julienne. You can grate the kohlrabi, you can dice the kohlrabi, you can eat it raw, you can eat it cooked. It's crunchy. Has a little bit of a radish flavor, a little apple, a little broccoli. It's really delicious. It's in the same family as cabbages and broccoli, so it's super nutritious, and it grows really fast. I planted these on April 11th, and it was still snowing here in Chicago, and I already started to peel them up by the end of May. It's Kutchins Adler, the Buttery Babe, on how to prep your turnips and kohlrabi. Check me out on Instagram, YouTube, and of course my website, www.butterybabe.com.